This is a novel one. This is an interesting one. And it's the least prepared I've ever been for one of my interviews for good reason. Um, I'm speaking with Cass, Wave Cass, and and Mary, and
Hello.
they're in Brazil. Tell us where you are.
Well, I'm in state of São Paulo, like in a very small city called Mojimirim,
Okay.
uh, in a play-based learning and immersion school here in my city. I
Okay.
met Kat last year. She was here in school training with us,
Yeah.
and she brought the Wonderwall based on
Oh,
my passion for open inquiry and
yeah.
science way to boost kids and their natural creativity.
Yeah.
Um, those it started like that, but
Okay. So,
a little did we know. I always had like a different like a view to the children. I consider myself a creative person and teacher. So when I started back in the university 2012,
yeah.
I saw a TED talk from Ken Robinson
Oh,
tell
Is that not cool? Listen, I'm going to let the two of you
yes.
chat. Okay.
yeah, but we need your context. We need your
Oh,
context. Okay,
So
let us wind, let's wind, but let's rewind, okay?
we're gonna tie this all together, I promise. So I saw this talk back in university and I was like, I gotta do different. I gotta do something different. So I didn't fit in a traditional school around here, and we have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And 2018, when I knew that Maple Bear would be a facility in my city, I rushed to interview because I knew it would be different in my students' life. So tying back to Cass, last year she was here, and she suggested me like, why don't you do a wonder wall that's gonna be amazing? And I was like, wow, that's what I need. I really like
Yeah.
those questions and activities. So that's gonna be something that I some point need together they need together. But didn't end up doing. We like just finished the year like normal year around, and then I was like, I need to put the wonder wall in my classroom.
Yeah.
So this year I have a STEM corner and a practical life corner. So I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
So I have here connectors, natural toys, like scientific and other things that kids can do it all
Yeah.
together in one corner. So I lost a wall space. So I came up with a box
Okay.
here. And I was first thinking that I am encouraging them to new vocabulary,
Yeah.
scientific vocabulary, pre-knowledge stuff like that. And when I started, it's just like mind blowing
Yeah.
because they are brilliant. And based on the TED talk that I watched, it is like a variety of possibilities, a rainbow of possibilities, I would say, in your
Beautiful.
child education. It
Yeah.
is a rainbow of possibilities. So little did I know, little scientists here, they have such amazing ideas. It is not only oral language, it's beyond than that. I start to make questions as a teacher, like why you did color the sky purple? And they said, Miss Marie, is raining grape juice. Or another color related, oh no, it's St. Patrick's Day, got a rain green. And when I started to make those questions instead of pointing like the odd, oh, I never seen a blue sky or stuff, they started to get more creative. They start to make interesting inferences. And this will never come out of my classroom again. It's
So hang
just
on, Marie.
like
I gotta get the handle on how this works.
so
Do
much.
they put their questions in the box?
So actually, I got a starter with a picture
Okay.
here. And I asked them, what is that? We just had work with lines, shapes, and patterns.
Yeah.
So something nice to say, something that the prior knowledge would let them say. So
Yeah.
here, create a collective poster from skeleton, cocoon, moonflower, circle, coral reef, bacteria, very, very, very other things they suggest based on what they know. So
Okay.
just reason it again. It's immersion school. So
Yeah.
I'm doing this kindergarten 100% in English,
Yeah.
and kids are like learning a second
Yeah.
language together with the inquiry, all the scientific base with that. So next unit, I told them it's gonna be dogs, and they started to tell me what they want to do. So here, they want to know more about dog bones, how it looks inside the dog bone, how dogs see, how is inside their stomach. Very anatomic kids, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
how they drink water and eat, and how they pee. So
That is
these,
amazing. So these are the questions that they came up with.
yes, these are the questions. And today I revealed that the picture is actually a toothbrush bristle under a microscope. So
It's
they
what?
are
Sorry.
a toothbrush bristle under a microscope.
Oh, yay.
So it's
Oh,
something was something simple that just both creative and brainstorming in the classroom.
yeah.
And here, attach it to my unit theme that we need to work here at Maple Bear in a play-based learning. We can attach it to what we have to work in the program based on their interest. I think when kids show what they want to know and what they are expecting, what they are wondering, learning is how can I tell you that it's not only it's not like learning by learning. It's learning behind a very good interest and a very good enthusiasm, you know?
Yes.
So
Yes.
besides making sense, it is what they want to know. I think I'm making memories with them
Yes.
and both their creativity at the same time.
So you've answered most of my questions in your introduction. So I'm going to ask a different question. Um, do you do you think that this approach, this provoking wonder with encouraging those kids to pose questions and to inquire through their curiosity, does that have implications beyond kindergarten?
For sure, for sure. I think when we let them brainstorm about a starter or something related that they wanted, we are preparing them for more scientific jobs, scientific drawings, or scientific inquiry. Like this can be attached to a scientific planning, for example. What
Yeah.
can I gather before I explore with my magnifier lenses? What do I need to organize to know more about dogs? So my second phase here is to draw a dog with them and answer most simple questions, but always together. I think in the curriculum we cross vertically and horizontally when we do this kind of inquiry in the classroom. I think is like more than more than answer questions. I think is a way to make it concrete and make it fun, make it playful
Yeah.
with a meaning.
One of the questions that I pose to everybody that I ever meet, well, in a professional, I don't do it at parties, but is this: if you had a magic wand and you were put in charge of reimagining how the learning culture throughout the school and throughout the school district, actually in any organization. So you have the responsibility of leading that. What would be some of the one or two or three of the foundational characteristics of that learning environment? What would it look like? What would it feel like?
I would love kids is experimenting like a little lab, and we don't need much. We don't need we don't need
No.
microscopes. We don't need um, pipes. We don't need like fancy stuff. We can go in our backyard under the tree. We can do activities based on inquiry with
Yeah.
simple things.
Yeah.
In my dream classroom, I would have kids doing experimentations
Yeah.
like we do here in Maple Bear. I
Yeah.
have them making noises and wonders in a very, very, very meaningful way, like
Yeah.
based on what they want and leading to what they can do by themselves. Like they are the protagonists in this whole thing. I am just somebody here to model, to encourage them, to make it, like tie little places. I'm here just to tie places that they come out.
Is Cassia still there?
Oh yeah.
This is hilarious. This interview has gone backwards. You've taken over control, Murray. I'm supposed to be in control, but that never really works well. Cass,
We're both so shy though.
This is like running those principals meetings I used to try and run. Listen, Cass, what's you've in this privileged position of advising Marion through this. What impact do you see on the youngsters?
Oh my goodness! I think that like beyond even Maddie's class, I see the joy and the wonder and the curiosity, of learning, and I see that children, all types of styles, they can all access the learning in a meaningful, authentic. And so I think that's, for me, I come to Brazil and I see the joy of learning.
Yeah.
And I see it through the inquiry and, and you've just met Maddie. So I think you have a bit of an idea of the passion too that
just a little. Yeah, just a little. That's fantastic.
And then when we talk about, the fact that the teachers here, Maddie especially, they are so interested in learning. And so they're modeling that passion and love of learning and wonder in the world. And so it's a great place to be.
When I was invited to go down, well, actually, I've been down there twice to present to SEB and Maple Bear, but I looked at the website and it's the most intriguing educational website. With a conventional, traditional education system, Cassie, you'll see on the front page how good they're doing academically, and then we'll talk about the importance of well-being, and there's sort of, it's not very inspiring. But when you read the SEB website, they talk about how they're going to encourage their transformation agents. They don't call them teachers or educational assistants. They call them transformation agents. Wow, talk about power in language. And so that's what really intrigued me. And that's why I really want to go down and do the keynote at the conference. So I thought, because you sent me last year, this is how we went to start this conversation, but Mary totally upended it. When you sent me the picture of the Wonderwall, I thought I got big-headed. I thought the brilliance of my keynote had inspired somebody to go and buy the Wonderwall. And no, you told me it was you, who I didn't even know was in Brazil. It's too funny the way the world works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Connections too, because
it's magic. All right, so here's a question for you.
Can I own?
No, stay where you are. This people watching this are going to wonder we really must express that Cassie and I have known each other for a long time. Anyway, okay, so one of the comments oftentimes when I go and do talks and I'm working with public education, they'll say, but okay, it's all very well that you've got these ideas coming from private education, but it's private education, it's different. And I say that's nonsense. We can always learn. What do you think this has implications for public education?
For sure. I think here in Brazil, from my state of point of view, we have many, it's so heterogeneous, it's so different. But here I feel like teachers are really trying to make the difference in the world. We know kids are the future. We know kids are here to be citizens to be like making difference in the real world. When I bring the words, wow, I can have a leader in my classroom. I can have a leader leading other leaders. I can have somebody like helping somebody else. And I can have teachers in my classroom. So I think it's more than something inspirational. I think it's more than make the right job or make the right decisions for the kids. We are implicating in the future, like directly. So here, I feel in the public or in the private, we have the majority of the teachers trying to make the difference in the world by changing the kids at school. We know I came from a public school. It is a privilege to work in the private school, in the work, especially like Maple Bear play-based learning, which is neat here. We don't have these like much in the public system, but we starting little by little to make the difference in both worlds.
Yeah.
We know like they're kind of schools in the public side. They don't have enough materials, supply, just like it's hard being a teacher. We bring we would even with a budget.
Yeah, and I do just want to clarify, my comment was not a negative comment on teachers in public education. I'm purely there. The realities that they're facing at the moment are very, very complex. But I'm just asking the question, and I'll ask this to you now, Cass. What do you think we can learn from what you're seeing in Maple Bear?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what do I see?
Oh, sorry, but I answer your question. But
no. I'm just asking for. Oh, go ahead, Mary. Yeah.
I really see teachers here in Maple Bear, other schools trying really to make sense in the world. I think like your work needs to be put out in your universities here in Brazil, because it was like beyond the TED Talk. It was beyond like just a suggestion. I think it is just like a chain tables here in the educational system in both worlds. And I like people wanting it to make difference. I didn't.
That's good. That sounds good. That was just what I was kidding.
But you've got this rich experience. You spent a career in the public education system, and now you're experiencing what happens in the private education system, and specifically in Maple Bear. What do you think we can learn, Cass?
Well, I think that what we can learn is from this experience, and what Maple Bear is doing is when you are in partnership, first of all, with another country, I think great things can happen.
Yeah.
I think learning two languages is a really positive. We know that from the research. I think really that we need to rethink education in the way that, looking at empowering the children, the learners. Right?
Yeah.
And like Maddie said, she is the guide on the side, for lack of I don't need to use edgy jargon. It is the children's interests and their passion, and Maddie just guides them as she has her curriculum, that she is using, and are learning English language. But at the same time, I think that the children can teach us a lot. And so instead of, the old drill and spill model, which I know Canada moved to an extent for sure away, because that's the model that Maple Bear is based on. But coming down here and just seeing the joy and creativity with the kids, and just how Maddie, she opens everything, and there's no end, there's no end. It's just tell me more. And I think that is something we can learn about back in the public education
sphere. Look, this is magic. Maddie, I generally speaking, when I do interviews with people, I put it up on Cultivating Innovation, the website. I think with you, I'd like to create a separate playlist, because this is not the last time. Would you allow me into the classroom again at some point and continue the conversation? That'd be absolutely fantastic. And maybe if you could get any parental permission, or if parents would want to speak and and give their perspective, that would also be magic.
I think we can get marketing working with us, and we
Yeah,
can try out there like a parents interview or so, family
yeah,
connection. And we can organize something
yeah.
for sure.
You
All
know
right,
what's cool? Pete?
go on.
They have a partnership with a company, and so they've just renovated the upstairs space.
Okay.
Um, so it's a full maker space. It's a STEAM
Oh,
area.
wow. I'd
It,
love to see that. Yeah,
I thought that would be something. And I mean, the school itself,
yeah,
is a wonderful
yeah,
inquiry. From the star fruit tree to the
yeah.
open beauty of the structure. It's kind of a special place to be. That's the other thing. It would be nice to rethink.
I just talked to Mr. Douglas about partnership in the
Yes.
morning, so
Yeah.
we might having like a long-term project, so we're gonna
Yeah.
organize ourselves.
I would say one thing too, what can we learn? One of the things that we see a lot of here at the Maple Bear schools is learning doesn't happen in the four walls, right?
No.
Learning
Oh,
everywhere. Math is everywhere. Science is everywhere.
absolutely. Yeah. That's a central part of my thinking is the inclusion of community. The walls of the school are just a suggestion, and if
Yeah.
we can adopt that, now you're getting
Yeah.
somewhere. What also I find, I guess, curious is there is so much untapped resource out there. Because generally speaking, if you ask somebody would they like to come in and do something in the school, they're all over it. I don't think we get close to maximizing that resource.
Agreed. I think partnerships are key.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much to the two of you. And
Thanks.
this has just been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to have ongoing stories. Don't wait for me to reach out. If you've got something you want to share, get in touch and we'll do another interview.
Oh well, let me think about it. I
Yeah.
think you can step in on the unit beans because we're gonna have a very scientific here.
Okay.
We have crazy suggestions, and kids are very interesting on that unit. It's gonna be really fun, and also we can plan how to get families connected to us. I think.
That's magic. Great. Thanks, Mary. Thanks a lot,
Thank,
Cass.
thank you, Cass, to punch
Great
us
to see you
together.
again. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye from Ottawa.
Soon. Bye.
Bye.